her motivations are probably to bleed you dry. What up, it's Hugh Flynt, Playboy the Hustler, and welcome to Hugh Flynt's Philosophy. Now today, I'm going to be talking about paying to play, tricking. It's a man's world, but women make it go round. Men want to mate, so we do what it takes. Dinners, dates, money, marriage. We only do what's required for access. Some men will go as low as accept being abused, undervalued, just to have access to yams. Some dudes just provide benefits, but don't get none. First, I want to talk about the provider. What is a provider? By definition, it's a person that provides and a breadwinner. All right, now, since we checking out by definition, what is a breadwinner? A person who earns money to support a family. One who supplies a living for others, especially a family. So this essentially is someone that supports financially and provides a lifestyle for others. But there's a key word in the definition that we must highlight, and that's family. So if you're taking care of your family, you supplying a way of life for them, then you are the provider or breadwinner. Now, I know breadwinner can be considered someone who makes the most in a certain dynamic, but in my opinion, I think it's the person who spends the most. That's just me. I mean, because if a woman makes 80 grand and a man makes 75 grand, and the man is carrying the majority of the financial burden, then in my eyes, he's the breadwinner. Now, some might debate me on this, but that's why this is Hugh Flynt's philosophy. Because this is how I see shit. You hear me? Now, tricking. Alright? Or a trick. Now, of course, I had to look at the Urban Dictionary for this one, but a man who lets women use him for his wallet. How interesting, because the guy who spent money for that access, for them yams, for that wallet. That's what it used to be. You know, the trick was the John, the dude that spent the money for access to women. But now, it's the guy that lets women use him for his wallet. Now, the lines for being a provider and tricking can sometimes be blurred. Sometimes their paths cross, simply because of the financial aspect. But, you know, either way, you gonna pay. In other words, tricking or providing, you're paying regardless. I think we can agree on that part. That falls into both definitions. Paying. Now, some say it's only tricking if it's transactional. And some say that you a trick when all you do is provide for her, give to her, care for her, and get nothing in return. No benefits, no yams, no reciprocations, No liquidations. I hope y'all caught that. Now, I think you could say the same about spending money on a woman who's not your wife. Keep in mind, the biggest commonality with tricking and provider is the financials. But the biggest difference is the family element. Because if taking care of your family makes you a provider, but taking care of women outside of that structure makes you a what? So, within a family, provider, outside of a family, trick. I just thought about this. So what if the family is not yours? Like if it's a girlfriend and her kid. Is that tricking? Or is that adoption? Alright. I'm done fucking with y'all. But yeah, either way, man, regardless of what man you choose to be, just be okay with your decisions. If a man wants to provide only, let him do that. If a man wants to trick, whether it's exclusive or not, let him do that. Let him, his money. Let him choose what he wanna do. He ain't gotta with you. You know, like the way he spend his money on his mating dynamics got to align with what every woman want. If this man wants to get married in his 20s and dedicate his life to others, then so be it. Although I would never recommend that. But if a man wants to do that, then best wishes. Salute, my guy. If a man wants to give money away and get absolutely nothing in return, then so be it. Although I would not recommend. But it's his wallet. His choice. So if he wants to be a human ATM, cash apping, helping hoes, solving their problems, doing favors, paying bills, debts, tuitions, etc., saving her, or dying trying. If a man wants to do all that, then who am I to tell him that the beautiful being that prioritizes herself and leaves your dumbass in the friend zone looking stupid is just a succubus? And her motivations are probably to bleed you dry and then leave you be. But who am I to say all of that?
Grandfather could see it, he would be so proud of me. Giving hoes deep strokes, put them sound asleep. Then I turn them out, run it in, I'm about my G's. I've been pimpin' since a young age. Had it in me since the old days. I'm about my business when I'm pimpin', ain't no tricking, you know. I'm a